Welcome, everyone, to our first monthly talks this year that we just now renamed to make it a bit more fresh and new for the upcoming year. And so now you may see the new name, which is the Learning Lab Insider. We felt this will be a really nice name for our webinars and the new features. So the goal stays the same. But of course, we just wanted to start with a bit of fresh energy. So now moving to our meeting agenda, we have quite a few exciting features to focus on today. So we're going to talk about InstaLearning Feature, introducing new page builder. We'll dive deeper into the authoring tool upgrades, including scenario-based learning. And we'll also look a bit more about how to manage and oversee notifications and challenges. So the two additional features on the platform. We've also introduced a very nice and fresh update regarding allowing registrants for the webinar to take part in a poll after events. So it's also an exciting one. We're going to also cover carousel widget in Slide Builder, a very fresh and nice one. And then we'll wrap up with two smaller improvements, which is video playback style and images replacement in translations, which are also quite exciting, especially when content team work is relevant. So here today with us are Gabor and Pascal, who will be leading the session as well with me. Thank you for joining, guys.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. Hello, Elodia. Pleasure to be with you today.
Great. So we can just kick off now directly. We're starting with our one of the biggest exciting new features of 2026, which is the InstaLearning feature. So maybe Pascal, you can give a bit more overview on the feature itself, what's its purpose, how you can use it as on the platform, and then Gabor can take us a bit more through some technical details if needed. And just a little note here that we're showing right now the initial InstaLearning feature, so how it started, and then another improvement we introduced is topics, which will be the following slide.
Good. Thank you, Julia. So yeah, the InstaLearning, as the name cannot hide behind the original name Instagram. In fact, the idea came from two statements. The first one, anyone know that social media is extremely engaging. It's a very sticky application. And we wanted to learn from that and from the recipe. The second statement is that people on the shop floor, they often have a very limited time to dedicate to training. And we wanted, when they had a break, when they have just 1 minute, 2 minutes available, we wanted to take this opportunity, to take this time for education. So we came up with this format, which is very short, very sticky, very engaging. So the concept is the following one: you can publish an image or a very short video, like in Instagram. So the video, you can imagine 10, 15, 20, 25 seconds, very, very short, with like stunning images that really communicate on the brand, on the product. But on the top of the image, on the top of the content, you will have an engaging title. For example, the title will I will say, divulgate some data about a product. Like, did you know in this watch there are so many pieces? Did you know that this bag is done in so many hours? So did you know that was done in Italy or in Portugal? So you see, every time you've got an image and an information, and by data, by experimentation done on a social media platform, these information, in fact, they stay very engraved in the brain. So we wanted that all this fact, all this short information giving during a very limited time stays in the brain and can be repeated or transmitted to the client. Also, you have the capacity for the learners is really, I would say, is very intrigued, very attracted by a fact. He has the possibility to click on the link and go for a longer training session that can be nano or macro learning. Gabor?
No, absolutely. I can talk more about technological aspects. So as you said, it can be a short video or it can be an image. When it is an image, optionally an audio file can be uploaded. So if you don't have, let's say, a pre-made video that you can use, then as an asset, there is definitely still a nice image, and with some audio selection with the small music, it can be made very interactive. So we really encourage using the audio aspects as well of this tool. And you can link an additional content, because many times there is, for example, it can be used as a news for upcoming course, or a course that you just released, and then you can link to this course, so people, when they click on this card, they can be redirected to the course as well. And this is after a widget that you can place on the landing page or any page with the page builder that you use to create pages. So by default, we have separate stories, and you just see the list of stories. This is the layout that we are looking at on this animation. So it's a kind of a portrait layout for as you hold the phone. And you can see each of the stories right after each other. There is no categorization, there is no topics for this layout. But as Julia mentioned, we can talk about the topics as well, which is the second slide. So it was very clear, and from the requirement of our clients, that topics, the InstaLearn items might need to be arranged into topics. And in this case, you can select which InstaLearn card relates to a topic, and it has a different look and feel. It has small circles in this case, but when the user clicks on the small circles, then you can get again to these to the cards as well. So it's just kind of a small add-on that you can categorize your InstaLearning into, I don't know, products or product lines as well, to keep everything tidy and organized. Of course, when the user arrives, then they will see always the new elements indicated. So if there is an existing topic, there are new posts in the topic, then it will be indicated with a little bit of a circle and the number, how many new posts there are in that specific area. So here you can see the admin interface, selecting which topic the card belongs to. And of course, you can rearrange the topics based on priority, what is more important, what is less important. And yeah, as you can see, you can place it after in the pages section. This is the card layout that is currently being deleted on the animation. And this is the circles I was mentioning for the topics. So, of course, you can give it a specific name, and then we can see how it looks on the front end for the end users, with the little number indications and with nice gestures to swipe between the different elements on mobile and on desktop as well.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. We can move on now to the new page builder, because it's actually connected with the InstaLearn. So let's now jump to the next slide, which is indeed the new page builder. And you may know our original legacy page builder, consisting of different blocks. And right now, at the beginning of that year, we've introduced an upgrade, like a full upgrade to the page builder, which is now actually reflecting the slide builder system. So as you can see here, that was the legacy page builder with building different blocks. And now you can really visualize it already in the backend using different widgets that are now available. So of course, we kept the previous widgets, we just enhanced them a bit, and we introduced more of them. So for example, now you can use carousel, you can use even like some flashcards and hotspots here on the pages. So it makes it even more exciting to create not only, of course, landing pages and dashboards, but if you're interested in introducing some sub pages for certain topics, maybe for some newsfeed, etc., this is a really nice tool now to play with. And you can really adopt it as well to the mobile view. So there's quite a few ways you can approach it, and it's definitely more visual now. Gabor, anything on your side that you want to add to this point?
No, it's perfect. Of course, we brought all the existing widgets from the old page builder to the new ones. So, or sometimes some of them are, let's say, retransformed. So you might not find a text and image widget anymore because we have different widgets for that. But it will anyways make a much richer experience. And what is important that after some point we are going to, let's say, stop the support for the old page builder. We already are not adding new widgets there. Everything will be just in the new one. But we encourage everyone to start migrating all the existing pages to the new one. There is no fixed deadline at the moment. We will communicate in case, but already it will be like really a step up in the way how you can design these pages. So that's about it.
Great. Thank you so much. Now, moving on to the next point of our agenda, another exciting big feature, which is scenario-based learning in the slide builder. So I'll let Pascal tell a bit more about the purpose of that feature in the slide builder. And then perhaps, Gabor, you can jump in to explain a bit more technical setup of it.
Yeah, and a very small sentence for the page builder for us is really a revolution, because we really wanted the brand to be able to manage the LMS as they will manage a website. Yeah, having the possibility to have a strong ownership and to really, I will say, totally brand the platform. So that's a huge step for us in terms of UX, usability, and flexibility, and the way to work. So for the scenario-based learning, we are very at the Learning Lab. We want our platform to be very to push the activity-based learning at every step of the way. We want the learner to stay interactive with the content, and really every time the client or the instructional designer or the e-learning designers is creating some content, having the possibility to keep the learner very active with the content, discovering, answering, turning, clicking, taking decisions. So we have developed a huge range also of features like interactive videos, video with a spot, and now we go to the next level. It's on the slide, on the authoring tool, you will be able to create scenarios. So scenarios, I think scenarios in English. Anyway, it's enable you basically to bring the learner to take a decision. So you're on the slide and you in front of a specific challenge, you need to take a decision. So will you take the decision A, B, C? And by taking the decision, you will jump directly to a specific slide within your architecture, and then creating your own story, your own output that can be resumed. For example, now you have a 70% of achievement of this, of that, and the learner to have the possibility to redo it again to improve the performance and make better decisions.
Yes, exactly, because historically all the lessons are linear per se. You start on slide 1 and you go one by one. But with this feature, you can break this linear flow and you can create decisions. How technically to create a decision? At the moment, we support multi-choice and probably true and false widgets. So you can ask a question. It's quite good for clienteling. So to teach the learners how to deal with the client who is entering the shop, for example. So you can ask a question, let's say this client is interested in, I don't know, the sport line of your product, the sporty line. What would you recommend, A, B, or C even? There is not necessarily only 2 decisions. There can be 3 or 4 decisions. We, of course, recommend to start with 2 decisions to keep things simple in the beginning, but after you can complicate if needed. But which product would you recommend, A or B? So if they select A, then it goes to, let's say, slide 5. If you select B, then it goes to slide 10, whatever. So you can really have a control on between and how to jump between the slides. And it is also possible if you experience it after on staging platform, for example, you will see there is also just simple jumping between slides. So you don't necessarily have to have a decision. It just says instead of going from slide 4 to 5, you can go to 4 to 8. So you can create different mechanics and also end slides. For example, if they took a wrong decision, you have two options. One is to set up an end slide saying, okay, that was the wrong decision. Well, that's it. You finish the lesson. But you can also say you redirect back the user to the original questions to let them try again to select the correct answer. But every time they take the lesson, they can go in the different branches. So one lesson will kind of be interesting to take in even multiple times to see, like, how it adapts based on the answers. So at the moment, this is how it works. We are planning to add more widgets for these decisions. For example, hotspot widgets. By the way, we are improving the hotspot widget as well. So probably more information will come. But on the hotspot, you will be able to say, okay, here is an image, which is the, I don't know, this part of the product. Select it on the image. And then if they select correctly, then they jump in the lesson to a different position if they select it incorrectly.
Great, thank you. There is definitely a lot more to come with those features. So even though we right now introduce them the way they are, then of course start using them. We encourage you to do so, and then we'll also take your feedback into account. We see how to improve to grow those features that are part of your learning journey as well. Moving forward, we have notification center and challenges overview. So it's quite a quick but important improvement in a sense that right now you can track the notifications that were shared. Of course, you can see different ways of how you can communicate through notifications on the platform right now. So this is what the animation right now presents. And of course, you can do it from different places, different areas. But then you also have the overview. And about the challenge, it's a similar matter. So we have a dedicated tab on the left side, as you can see, and this is also possible to track the participants who has not started, etc. So it's a really nice overview. I see we have a question already. We have a blog dedicated for it at the end of the webinar, but since we are in this topic, then we can immediately answer it. So the notifications are indeed available in the web app. That's the question. We have the in-app notifications and also, of course, email notifications, which are then related to email sending. And about the push notifications themselves, they are only, let's say, related to the mobile app. So if you have our platform packed as a mobile app, then you have it available as well with push notifications. Maybe Gabor, you want to mention something about the browser notifications at some point?
Yes, I mean, it's on the roadmap. We are planning to have at some point browser notifications as well. Some of the clients said it could be a nice add-on so that in your browser, the notification system is notifying. But we are also planning to have so-called pop-up notifications. It is an in-application notification, but comes with more designing features. So it will, first of all, not just be like a small notification under the bell icon, but it will come as a pop-up with an image, with some more text, and with the buttons and so on. So it is, let's say, more drawing attention when someone logs in. So this is the two additional ways that we are planning this year.
Great. So now moving forward, then we have the poll after events. And this is another exciting add-on to the events option, because right now you could encourage users to fill out the form after the meeting happens. So as you can see here, it's part of the features. You can choose an existing poll and link it to the webinar. So of course, you first need to create one for a dedicated webinar as a standalone survey, but it can nicely follow after the webinar happens, and you can really customize the poll as well. It's of course created in a similar manner as with the quiz creation with the slide builder. So you can really ask different questions, formulate them, and later on gather the information about those about the feedback that the participants shared. That was a quick one, but then we moved to the carousel widget, which is also an exciting update available in our slide builder, but also in the new page builder. And I will invite Gabor and Pascal to talk a bit more about this particular item.
Do the intro. Okay. So yeah, it's well, first of all, it's a feature that has been discussed again, in collaboration with our clients, and we really like it because basically, that our solution enable you to create long pages or to jump from one slide to the other. But here, what is interesting is like staying on the same slide, staying at the same level. You have the possibility to scroll through diverse information or to develop an information in a linear way. And the development of this information can be done, I would say, mix with image, content, video. It's also has also the advantage that this carousel is very efficient on mobile. So it's very, very, as we try to be, we're not trying, we are mobile first, so that this solution is, again, really resonate with the access of information through the mobile format. So very, very, even in I would say in the brand experience, I love the look and feel with the background, the slide band, the look and feel of the carousel. It's very it's very pleasant to the eyes as much as very practical to share information. So Gabon.
Absolutely, and it has a lot of features, and it can fit in a lot of different scenarios, because it can be like simple, clean white card with some text, that you scroll with some additional information. But it can also be just simple video or simple images, almost like as a mood board. What is important with this feature, we added uh, video auto playing possibilities. So for example, if you add the video here on the card, of course, in a small card, there's no place for a play button and control mechanisms. So as soon as you go to the card, the video starts to play. And it can really create a very nice effect as you scroll through. But we added the same function now to all video widgets on the platform. So you can define if you want to upload a video and have the standard player, or you want to remove the player and have a looped automatically playing video. And by this, you can really enrich the experience on the learning slides, because you're adding a video without controls. It's very clean, but it gives a kind of a dynamism to the page. So it's not related to the carousel widget, but it's the carousel widget why we added this function to all the video elements. But of course, the carousel widget is very powerful. As you can see, there is a portrait, landscape variants. You can define where is the image, the video, which is first, and background colors, background images, specific things, remove, drop shadows, and also, which we don't see on this video because it's so new, you can define the number of elements that you want to show. So by default, it's one element and you slide, but you can set it to 2 elements, 3 elements. So even this carousel widget, funny enough, can be used as not as a carousel, but just a list of elements next to each other, because it's so powerful that we wanted to, give this possibility as well. So it is really worth to test out the capabilities on staging.
Great. Thanks a lot for all those insights on this feature. It's definitely an exciting one, and of course, it's going to be enriched even more in the future. Amazing. So we're left with 2 more topics for today. The first one of these is a video playback style. It's a small upgrade, but it might be a nice one. So perhaps, Gabor, you can explain that a bit more in
I
detail.
kind of jumped forward in the previous point, yes. So this is what I explained.
Right.
So this is
But
the
exactly.
yeah, exactly, the auto playing video, and this is like one example that we can see that the video is added. These arrows pointing down to create a kind of transparent, smooth animation. And here is where you can say auto play loop mode, and then you have yeah, a nice animation on the. You really encourage using this on top of GIF animations. We sometimes receive uh, uh, tickets on customer support saying a GIF is uploaded and that's not really working. GIF is a historical format. It's quite big. It's not so nice resolution, but with this tool now, it will be possible to forget about GIFs and add nice video animations on these pages.
Exactly. So now we just presented how it looks like as a standalone sort of update, not within the carousel only. Perfect. Thank you, Kapor. And last point, it's about managing translations and images. So here, perhaps you can also wrap this one up, Kapor.
Right. It's very helpful for multi-language platforms, because before, if you wanted to replace one image or one video asset, you had to go and do it for all the variants. Now, if you replace an image on the English version, the system is going to ask you with the pop-up we've seen on this video, that would you like to replace it for all the language variants. It's kind of a small feature, it's an administrative feature, but it's very handy because you see, yeah, image replaced, would you like to replace for all the languages, yes or no? So then you don't have to go to the other 15 languages that you have on the platform to replace this image. And of course, this works inside the slide builder as well as outside here. So it's kind of a technical but very useful feature.
Thanks a lot. We encourage you to test those features. We know that it's quite a lot of new updates and improvements and newest features in general on the platform. So really feel free to play around. You can always reach out to us via the customer support or with your dedicated project manager, and we can support you with understanding that feature a bit more, maybe adapting a strategy a bit more to your target audience. So we can definitely explore together as well. Insta learning topics or different options for scenario based. So yeah, you can definitely reach out always to us.
Thank you very much for everyone this time, and see you next month in
Thank
April.
you very much. Have a good day. Thanks for joining.
Bye bye. Thank you.